Good morning, my friends. Morning talk. This is my third morning talk with me, Maurice, and I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter because normally I really ramble on. I'm sitting outside because I just thought I would come out so I could look at the sky while I'm talking to you this morning. I had a very good sleep. I'm on my way again to Rotterdam. This is Friday, and I'm on my way to teach my last class for this week, and I'll teach next week as well. So if any dancers are around, let's meet up in Amsterdam. I'm wearing my Unleash the Hulk t-shirt. I love that t-shirt. Anyhow, this morning I'm going to try to keep it short and see. Just want to talk about mind activity and the mind activity and what I experience. Look, this is not clinical information. I am not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm not anything other than me. And this is just how I live my life and how I think about life. And maybe it can resonate with you, and you can share it. Okay, I'm going to start talking about mind activity and what mind activity is and the impermanence of that. And if you watch, just as you get up this morning or in your day or wherever in the day you are, if you stop for a moment to be the awareness behind the thoughts that are passing through your mind, which is constant labeling and constant positive or negative thoughts. If you watch those thoughts pass by you, the positive and negative thoughts are just there. And they're impermanent. They're not final. Nothing is final. As for me, what I really used to like most was my joyful feelings and my feelings of whatever brought me joy. If it was spontaneous joy, I could do anything whatever brought me attention. I think if I was a good boy, I would get attention, and if I behaved this way, I would get attention from my parents, from my mom. Well, I had a single mom and 7 stepfathers, so you can imagine. Yes, I did. That's right, I did. So there's a little information as I was growing up, and when I was in front of people, I got the applause when I was dancing, and that always felt very good to me. So I was like all of us, I think, we're joy junkies. We love all of that, all those positive thoughts that bring us bright and joy. And when we think positive thoughts, it's bright and the world is lovely. It's like being in love, like being in love for the first time or being in love again, and everything is wonderful. You have not a care in the world, and nothing bothers you, and all that. And then, that doesn't stay. It never stays. There comes these negative thoughts or these dark clouds. And when you're when those negative thoughts arise, they can hijack you, and they can make you feel so, dark and cold and stupid, and but they are impermanent. And I believe these concepts of yourself is not who you are. If you watch these thoughts, which are so many thoughts, I've got to figure out how many thoughts we have a day, but it's thousands and thousands of thoughts a day that we have, a rise and fall. Just take a look at that. And if you can take a look at that for a moment, the moments in your day, just watching those thoughts and not respond to them, not be on automatic pilot with these thoughts, I think that you can have a better relationship to yourself, because I think what is behind those thoughts, as you are observing those thoughts, is really who you are. You are the awareness behind those thoughts, and that really helps me a lot. Although, like you have seen in my prior videos, those thoughts, those negative thoughts, or those feelings of thoughts that arise that make you feel so vulnerable, seem so final and seem so like you are not worthy, you are not this, you're not that. But I'm here to tell you that as I watch those are not impermanent. And they rise and they fall, and they may stay for a minute, 10 minutes, an hour, I don't know, maybe longer or whatever. But in a healthy person, as I am myself, I believe that, thoughts rise and fall, regardless if they're negative or positive. They rise and they fall, and nothing is impermanent. Nothing's permanent, so they're all impermanent, and so they're impermanent constructs. I love that. By an author named Gangaji. She wrote Diamond in the Pocket. That's such a beautiful book. And you know, when I realized that about these thoughts that come and go, I'm like, I cannot be those thoughts, because they're judgmental thoughts. They can be judgmental thoughts. They can be wonderful thoughts about myself that make me feel so good and great. And you talk to yourself like, oh my God, I did that. I succeeded in that. It's great. Like when I choreograph a piece, it succeeds, and that's like when it succeeds, it's like it makes me feel so great and valued. And then, literally in the evening or the next day, I come down from that high, and I'm like, that was stupid. How come that person didn't say anything to me? Or how come I felt like that? Like, I mean, how come, like, she doesn't like it? She doesn't look at me. She doesn't, these things, they arise and they fall. And that is really like something incredible to witness and know that you are the awareness behind all of that. And you're even go further and deeper. And what is the awareness behind the awareness? You are that. And in that moment, when I realized that, like when I realized many, many years ago, that's why I'm sharing with you. When I realized that, I just laughed. I just start laughing. And most of the time when my negative thoughts come, I just laugh. I just take a really big belly laugh. You know that Buddha, the laughing Buddha? I think that's right. I think it's all a big joke. So if you relate to these thoughts, negative or positive, you become that in that moment, but they're not impermanent, and they're not forever. So they are. It is a possibility for you to recognize yourself and to realize that you are joy, and that you are love, and that you are compassionate, and you are all these things. But again, I think that those are mental constructs. You are just being like that baby when you came into this world. You were born, and you were born. I like thinking like a clean slate in a way, and then it all starts to develop. You become conditioned. You start being taught everything. You open your eyes when you're a baby and you're born, and everything that you experience becomes your ego. Your ego starts to get developed by 2 years old. By 5 years old, you're formed basically by your surroundings. And when I was little, my father left when I was a baby. And then he was in and out of my life. So that relationship with being in and out created some kind of concept for me, some kind of negative thing for me in my life. And so love was like very confusing, and became codependent at some time in my life, with failed relationships and on all that in the past. But I see the impermanence of that now, or the impermanence of those thoughts. So that's how one can become conditioned. You can be conditioned from so many things, from school, from I don't know, and and it can stay with you. And I tell you, it stays with you. These mental constructs stay with me all my life. And being 51 years old, they rise and they fall, and they rise and fall. And I like watching the play, and I like watching it go up and down, and I accept all of it, and I laugh at most of it. And sometimes they can really, really try to drag you down and try to make you feel so absolutely just the most ridiculous person in the world. But you are valid, and I'm valid, and all of us are valid and unique, and why, and I love when I see unique people. But anyhow, I'm rambling on again, and I think it's almost about 10 minutes, and I've got to get ready for work, and I got to leave very soon so I can try to upload this morning talk. And I want you to have a beautiful day, and I love sharing, and I hope it resonates with you. And hit like, subscribe, and comment, or whatever. And welcome to my channel. I'm trying to figure out how to get more people onto my channel, because I want more subscribers. So share and tell your friends about it and all this. I've been through some shit, man. I've been through some shit. And some beautiful shit, too. Anyway, have a great day. I love everybody. How do you go?